The Hawthorne Inn in Salem, Massachusetts has 17 rooms. 16 of them you can book tonight on any app. One of them, room 9, is blocked on the website. Not because it is under construction, because housekeepers refuse to clean it, and every single guest who has stayed there in the last 10 years has checked out early. If you like true haunted hotel stories, like and subscribe. I post a new, true-feeling horror story every night at 11 p.m. This is what happened to me in room 9. I was in Salem last October for work. Witch trial stuff. Every hotel was sold out. The guy at the Hawthorne desk said, "We had a cancellation. Room 9. Top floor, corner. Quiet." He did not say why it was the only one left during Salem's busiest week. Room 9 is old, like 1690s old. Low ceilings, wide plank floors that creak even when you are standing still. A 4-poster bed that looks like it came off the Mayflower. And one window that looks straight down at the Burying Point Cemetery, where they buried the judges who sentenced the witches. On the nightstand, there was a laminated card, not a Wi-Fi password. It said, "Welcome to room 9. This room is known to have occasional temperature changes and soft footsteps. If you feel uncomfortable at any time, dial 0 for the front desk. We will move you. No questions asked. Management." At 9 p.m., I went down for dinner. I asked the waitress, "What is up with room 9? She went pale. She said, "Are you in 9? I said, "Yes." She said, "Do not open the closet after midnight. And if a little girl talks to you, do not answer where her mother is." I laughed. She did not. I went back up. I checked the closet. Empty. Old. Smelled like cedar and old perfume. At 11:30 p.m., I was editing video when the temperature dropped. Salem in October is 50 degrees outside, but this was inside cold. My breath puffed out in the room. The thermostat said 71, but the window was completely frosted over from the inside. Then the footsteps started. Soft. Bare feet on wood. Pitter-patter. From inside the closet. I froze. The closet door was cracked open an inch. I was sure I closed it. I walked over and shut it. Locked it. I sat back on the bed. 5 seconds of silence. Then 3 small knocks from inside the closet. Knock, knock, knock. A little voice, clear as day, right on the other side of the wood. "Is she gone?" I thought it was a prank. I said, "Who is there?" The voice was a little girl, maybe 7, trying not to cry. "Have you seen my mother? They said she was a witch. They took her to the hill." Every hair on my body stood up. I opened the closet. No one there. Just that old perfume smell, stronger now. Lavender and smoke. I slammed it and called the front desk. No answer. Just ringing. I Googled Hawthorne Inn, room 9, little girl, mother, witch, Salem. First result was a 2019 Boston Globe article I had never seen. Title, "The Girl Who Waits in Room 9." In 1692, Bridget Bishop was the first woman hanged in Salem as a witch. She was hanged on Gallows Hill. Her real daughter was 7-year-old Christian Bishop. Historical record says Christian was left an orphan and lived in the house that is now the Hawthorne Inn. Room 9 was her bedroom. Neighbors' journals from 1692 say for weeks after the hanging, the little girl would sit at her window looking at Gallows Hill, asking anyone who passed, "Have you seen my mother?" She died of fever that winter, in that room, still looking out that window. I looked up at the window in room 9. It was open. I had not opened it. And down in the cemetery, under the streetlight, I saw it. A little girl in a white nightgown, barefoot, looking straight up at my window. She raised her arm and pointed right at me. Then the closet behind me flew open so hard it cracked the wall. I did not look. I grabbed my laptop and ran barefoot out of room 9 and down 3 flights of stairs. The night manager was at the bottom. He was holding a key. He said, "Room 9?" I said, "How did you know?" He said, "You left the door open, and she is standing in your window again." I looked back up. The light was on in room 9, and in the window there were 2 silhouettes now, a little girl and a tall woman in a bonnet behind her, hands on the little girl's shoulders. The manager said, "That is new. Usually it is just the little girl." I checked into the Motel 6 that night. $189 for a room that smelled like old pizza. Best sleep I ever had. I emailed the inn the next morning for my bag. They mailed it. Inside was my shirt, folded, and a small, old, handmade doll made of straw and twine. I had never seen it before. Taped to it was a piece of paper that looked old, with ink bleeding. It said, "Thank you for looking. C.B." I threw the doll into the Salem harbor. If you go to Salem, do not stay in room 9. And if you do, and you hear pitter-patter at 3:03 a.m., that is when they say Bridget was hanged. Do not answer when she asks about her mother.